Hey y'all, it's July the 5th, 2015, and I wanted to make a brief video in this series of videos that I'm making, the very last series of videos that I will ever make, of course covering the tribulation. I wanted to make a video correlating the relationship between the tribulation and a very powerful movement known as MGTOW, which of course, if you don't already know, stands for men going their own way. And I wanted to make this apparent to the people who don't know about the movement yet, because I understand that although it's a great big movement and it is gaining in numbers as time goes on, it still is an underground movement, and that many married men don't know about it, many young men don't know about it, yet many older men have yet to know about it. So in hopes that stumbling across my videos covering the tribulation, I do want to bring it to your attention. You might also know that I'm a married man, and so for those people who do know about the MGTOW movement, they might be very confused as to the fact that I am married and also consider myself to be a part of the movement, the MGTOW movement. They might even be apt to argue that you can't be both. And the thing is, not to go into too much detail, but yes, you can be both in the way that being a Christian, being a true Christian, which is very few and far between from what I am understanding. You do not believe in divorce. There's no such thing as divorce. It's against God to even think that it's feasible to be divorced. And at the same time, against my wishes, I have been estranged from my wife and child for over 10 months at this point, thus leading me, like I said, against my wishes into the lifestyle of going my own way, so to speak. Same time, I don't endorse divorce. I don't believe in it. And like I said, if you're a true Christian, you also don't believe in it. It doesn't. It's against God. And the thing is, a lot of people aren't aware of this, so I'm going to go ahead and read a passage. It's out of Matthew, chapter 19. It goes like this. One day, some Pharisees approached him, speaking of Jesus, testing him, saying, "Is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife for any cause whatever?" Jesus said in a reply, "Have you not read from the beginning? The Creator made the male and the female and said, for this reason a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." So they no longer are two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, no human being can separate. See, the thing is, when you get married, it has nothing to do with the laws of man, adversely to what the Supreme Court might think, the government of the United States might think. It has nothing to do with man to begin with. It is a relationship that's ordained by God Himself, and it is between a male and a female, and that is how Jesus put it. You might not want to believe in Jesus. I got a feeling if you're watching this video that you do. Alright. Like I said, He said, therefore, what God has joined together, male and female, no human being can separate. They said to him, "Then why did Moses command the man to give the woman a bill of divorce and dismiss her?" He said to them, "Because of the hardness of your hearts, Moses allowed you to divorce your wives, But from the beginning it was not so. And I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, unless the marriage is unlawful, and it means unlawful in the eyes of God, and marries another, commits adultery, which is a sin, and you're going to accumulate curses, basically. Said his disciples said to him, if that is the case of a man with his wife, it is better not to marry. And he answered, not all can accept this word. Not all people can accept that this is an unbreakable relationship between a man and a woman as ordained by God. He said, but only those whom that it is granted. He said, some are incapable of marriage because they were born so. Some because they were made so by others, i.e., the MGTOW movement. Some because they have renounced marriage for the sake of the kingdom of heaven, i.e., the MGTOW movement. Whoever can accept this ought to accept it. Now, the thing is, the reason that the MGTOW movement has gained so much momentum, so much strength, is simply because I know a lot of people are going to want to argue this. Is there hardly are any Christian women. Christendom been has been weeded out of women. It's been stolen from them. They've been programmed to fall in line with the ways of failure, with the ways of suicide. The serpent has been constantly talking in their ear and raising them up to believe in ways that are simply not Christian. And it's for that reason why I had to venture to guess that 95, 96% of women who even consider themselves Christians actually aren't Christians. Because it's been taught out of them. It's been somehow weaseled away from them. Now, just to put it shortly, and the Bible, when you read it, it's going to go ahead and just reinforce what I'm saying now, is the head of a woman is a man, and this has been so since the beginning of time, and that's the formula for success. Now, gender roles have been blurred, uh, all sorts of things. The thing is, this is causing great dilemmas in our society, great confusion. The head of a woman is a man, and the head of a man is Jesus, and the head of Jesus is God, and that is exactly the order that it goes, and that's the formula. A lot of people will say, "Hey, that's misogynist. Hey, that's not how it's going to work." Not today. A woman is just as strong. A woman can do whatever it is a man can do. That's never been the case. Uh, the serpent, through the television, through public schooling, through cell phones, through social networks, has taught through women's liberation funded by the Rockefellers, has taught women that this is not the case. In fact, they can do whatever it is they want. And they can do whatever it is they want, but it's all going to lead to failure in the end and strife. There is a proven formula to success, and even those women who are claiming to be Christian, they're not Christian simply because they don't follow the doctrine. They don't follow the successful formula, and this is the reason why the MGTOW movement has grown by leaps and bounds. A movement which I just read is completely endorsed by Jesus Christ, and this is the reason why it's grown so powerful, is because it does have the hand of Jesus Christ guiding it and supporting it. And the reason I bring this up is you may not be familiar with the MGTOW movement yet. It is somewhat of an underground movement in the way that many married men don't know about it, many young men don't know about it, many old men don't know about it. And so, as we're going into the tribulation, all sorts of men will start trying to figure out, well, how can I gain strength? How can I help fight against evil? Uh, how can I be how can I fulfill my maximum potential in fighting the evil that is overcoming the world today, i.e., the tribulation. And pretty much all the answers that you're going to need are found in the Bible, um, and that will give you a great source of enlightenment on as to successful formulas. But also, what you probably want to do, and what I'm going to endorse right now, is you're gonna want to look into the MGTOW movement. And that's regardless whether you're married. That's regardless of really any factors. If you want to gain strength, you really need to start at least viewing and understanding the MGTOW movement and getting a lot of perspectives from them, because that's going to add to your strength. It's going to add to your economic strength. It's going to add to your social strength. It's going to add to your spiritual strength by simply listening to this movement, even if you don't buy into everything that every single MGTOW uh, puts on videos. It will widen your perspective. It will gain strength. Um, it'll it'll give you strength. It'll give you better insight on how to fight against it. And so that's why I left a lot of links down below, so that if you're not familiar, there's a lot of interesting videos that might help you out, that might give you strength in these last days, uh, it might give you further insight on how you can fulfill your potential on fighting evil. Because the thing is, uh, in this day and age, when you consider that 95, 96, probably 97% of women uh, simply don't have what it takes to fight evil. They're too susceptible to the whisperings of the serpent for you to bind yourself to them and expect to fight to your full capabilities against the ways of Satan, against the ways of destruction. And so I just wanted to bring that up so as that you can look into it. I think it'll be very productive for you, very productive for the side of good, the side of success. Anyways, this is July the 5th, 2015. I'll talk to y'all later.